Why didn't we ever think about this? Why did God create such animals, insects, and so many other creatures that ultimately harm human beings? Despite knowing that some of these creatures could harm humans, God still created them. Why? Because there are many reasons behind their creation. Today, we will explore those reasons with snakes. Snakes are among the most fascinating and misunderstood creatures on Earth.
They can frighten us because of their unusual appearance, silent movement, and venom.
And the ability to survive in environments where many other animals cannot. Yet, from a biblical perspective, snakes are still part of God's creation. Genesis describes God creating the animals of the earth as part of His ordered creation. And snakes have an important place within the natural world. From a scientific perspective, snakes play valuable ecological roles. Many snakes control populations of rats, mice, insects, frogs, and other animals. In this way, they help maintain balance within ecosystems. Some snakes are predators, while others become prey for birds, mammals, and other creatures. Their existence is therefore connected to the larger food chain. The Bible does not specifically explain the biological reason why God created snakes. However, it presents creation as a complex world in which different creatures have different roles. Snakes can therefore be understood as part of the diversity and balance of God's creation. The Bible's association between snakes and evil comes particularly from Genesis 3, where the serpent appears in the story of Adam and Eve. But it is important to distinguish the biblical symbol from the actual animal.
A real snake is not morally evil, simply because a serpent is used symbolically in Scripture.
Interestingly, the Bible also contains positive references to serpents. In Numbers 21, Moses lifted up a bronze serpent as a means through which the Israelites. Jesus later referred to this event in John 3:14-15. So, snakes can teach us something important. A creature's symbolism in a story does not necessarily define its actual purpose in nature. They can be frightening, dangerous, and sometimes deadly. Yet they also contribute to the balance of the natural world.
Now let's see, what are the connections between snakes and humans? The relationship between snakes and humans is much older and more complicated than simple fear. Humans have lived alongside snakes for thousands of years.
And different civilizations have viewed them as symbols of danger, healing, wisdom, transformation, fertility, or mystery. From an ecological perspective, snakes are connected to humans because they help control populations of rodents and other animals. This can benefit agriculture because excessive numbers of rats and mice can damage crops and spread disease. Some snakes, therefore, indirectly help protect food supplies. At the same time, certain species are dangerous to humans because their venom can cause severe injury or death. This is one reason people have developed a natural fear of snakes.
However, most snake species are not venomous, and even venomous snakes generally do not attack humans without a reason.
They usually bite when they feel threatened, trapped, or accidentally disturbed. Snakes have also influenced human culture and religion. In the Bible, the serpent becomes an important symbol, beginning with the story of Eden. In other cultures, snakes have represented healing and renewal, partly because they shed their skin and appear to be reborn. There is also a fascinating scientific connection. Snake venom has been studied by researchers because some of its compounds can affect blood pressure, blood clotting, nerves, and muscles.
Research into these compounds has contributed to the development of important medicines. Therefore, the relationship between humans and snakes is not simply enemy versus human. It is a relationship involving fear, ecological dependence, mythology, medicine, and survival.
Now let's see how many types of snakes there are and the impact level of their toxicity. There are more than 3,000 known snake species in the world. But only a fraction are medically significant to humans. Snakes can broadly be divided into venomous and non-venomous species.
Examples of venomous snakes include cobras, kraits, vipers, and many species of sea snakes. Their venom can affect the human body in different ways. Neurotoxic venom can interfere with the nervous system and breathing.
Some venoms are strongly cytotoxic and can cause severe local tissue damage. Examples of generally non-venomous snakes include many pythons, boas, and numerous harmless colubrid species. However, non-venomous does not mean completely harmless. Large snakes can still injure people through bite. Snake toxicity also varies greatly between species. Venom quantity, potency, the location of a bite, and the amount of venom injected all influence the severity of envenomation. For this reason, people should never attempt to handle an unidentified snake. If someone is bitten by a potentially venomous snake, they should seek emergency medical treatment immediately, rather than relying on traditional remedies. In my opinion, snakes should not simply be viewed as monsters or creatures created to frighten humanity. They are part of the natural world and perform important ecological functions. At the same time, their danger should never be underestimated. Some species possess extremely powerful venom and must be treated with caution. The biblical story of the serpent also reminds us that animals can carry powerful symbolic meanings in human culture. But a symbol of evil is not necessarily an explanation of an animal's biological purpose. Ultimately, snakes show us how complex creation is. Something that can frighten humans can also play an essential role.
How does it feel to finally lift the trophy?
It's absolutely surreal. We trained so hard.
Yeah.
I'm just so proud of the entire team effort.